I didn't have a Floyd Mayweather to stand behind me and tell me, about what's right and what's wrong.
Gervonta Davis's corner. So you have Coach Calvin, and Coach Calvin is the head trainer, and you have Coach Kenny, who really specializes on preparing game plans specifically for opponents.
Gervonta Davis has reunited with Floyd Mayweather ahead of his rematch against Lamont. Mayweather expressed his continued support for Davis, saying he's proud of everything Davis has accomplished. He described Gervonta as like a son to him and added that he doesn't take anything personally when Davis speaks out. Mayweather emphasized that he wants Davis to succeed and hopes he brings greater power and focus to the upcoming fight.
Take this out on social media. He's been through a lot, throughout his life. But I take my hat off to him. I'm proud of him. Saturday night we had a game plan, and a lot of times when he says certain things on social media, he's to me he's still a kid. And when I was that age, I probably would have did the same thing. I didn't have a Floyd Mayweather to stand behind me and tell me, about what's right and what's wrong. He got the job done, but my hat off to Ryan Garcia. Tough competitor, tough fighter, and the best man won.
Recent footage from Gervonta Davis's Las Vegas camp reveals a fighter fully immersed in preparation as he refines his skills for the rematch. Each sparring session appears carefully structured, with observers noting his improved stamina, precise footwork, and total commitment to every drill. Sources sharing insider clips describe a laser-focused Davis, maintaining peak conditioning and a sharp, determined mindset. This training environment reflects more than routine preparation, it signals a strategic evolution ahead of a crucial fight. When Gervonta Davis parted ways with Mayweather Promotions, Floyd Mayweather publicly expressed his support. He praised Davis's ambition and emphasized the importance of self-determination, saying more power to him. Floyd's response reinforced the strength of their bond, recognizing Davis's desire to take control of his own career path. This sentiment highlighted the mutual respect between them, Floyd's pride in Davis's growth and Gervonta's determination to forge his own way. Their relationship reflects a true mentor-protege dynamic, built on empowerment rather than ownership.
And there's nothing like taking a kid that come from the same background as you and helping them and put them in a position to become a multi-millionaire. You meet a kid, he come up to you for an autograph. You sign an autograph for him, then I tell him, in a few years when you get older, I'm gonna work with you and I'm gonna make you world champion someday. Years later, I started working with him, helped him, pushed him to be great, and if he feels like, he's grew wings where he can fly and become his own boss, more power to him.
Mayweather continues to follow Davis's career closely, especially his position on the pound-for-pound list. Concerns emerged that Davis wasn't getting the recognition he deserved because of his ties to Mayweather Promotions. Floyd addressed these concerns, stating that a fighter's affiliation should never overshadow their talent. His support has become a call for fairness and proper recognition, emphasizing that Davis deserves top billing regardless of his team. This advocacy reflects Mayweather's role as a mentor, showing that his care for Davis goes beyond coaching and extends into protecting his reputation in the boxing world.
When is Gervonta Davis going to go somewhere in the pound for pound? Anui deserve to be in the pound for pound? Absolutely. Do Terence Crawford deserve to be in the pound for pound? Absolutely. But what about Gervonta Davis? He deserves to be somewhere also in the pound for pound.
Why don't they give him that credit?
Because he was affiliated with me.
Determined to leave no room for error, Davis has fully embraced accountability in his training camp. He's reunited with trusted coaches, reassembling the inner circle that guided him during his peak years, a clear statement of purpose. Surrounding himself with familiar sparring partners, conditioning experts, and strategic minds who know his style, Davis has focused on identifying and correcting past missteps. Through intense sessions, targeted drills, situational sparring, and high-pressure conditioning, he's ensuring a complete, well-rounded preparation so he steps into the ring with no blind spots.
Anybody else who nervous watching that fight last night? I was nervous after probably like the third round. I was like, I don't know about this. I think he almost taking this fight as serious as in the post-fight press conference, he said, he said he lost track of it. That's not like but I think he went in with the same game plan he typically does. He's like, close these guys down. And how big the stands. He's like crazy. If you saw in the 11th and 12th round, he was almost like he couldn't connect because Lamont Roach got him fast and quick. That's ball coordinated. I want to take it. I want him to win.
Gervonta Davis's split from Mayweather Promotions made headlines, marked by a public disagreement that played out in the spotlight. Davis sought greater autonomy, while Floyd emphasized structure, a tension that shaped the story of a mentorship challenged by professional ambition. Now, their reunion has sparked fresh discussion. Many see it not simply as closure, but as the formation of a renewed strategic alliance. Both men seem to recognize that while the separation was necessary at the time, coming back together now reflects growth, maturity, and a shared vision for the future.
And I expect to get respect by letting me speak.
Thank you. Floyd, I want to switch gears real quick, man. Gervonta said, I'm not signed to a single soul. So is Tank now a free agent, or is he still signed with Mayweather Promotions?
Well, this is the Mayweather Deji press conference. So I'm here to talk about Dubai. I'm here to talk about entertaining the people, having fun, and I'm not here to talk disrespectful or bad about any fighter. You know, they say America is the land of the free. You know, so we live, we love, and we keep striving each and every day. That's what life is about.
Davis has reunited with his longtime coach, Calvin Ford, a partnership rooted in trust, discipline, and mutual respect. From the early stages of Davis's career, their collaboration helped shape his rise to championship success. Now, with Ford back in his corner, strategic clarity returns to the camp. No one understands Davis's strengths, mindset, and tendencies better than Ford. His presence offers more than tactical guidance, it brings a familiar, steadying voice that fuels Davis's in-ring brilliance while providing vital stability outside the ropes.
He's 100% correct. Personally, I had Gervonta Davis up a round. Because whenever you have rounds where nobody's doing anything, I'm not just going to do what most people do, and especially people that don't like Gervonta Davis, which is just give the round to the other guy because Gervonta Davis didn't manage to knock him out that round. Okay, so this is Gary Russell Jr. clearly saying, man, no, I don't think Lamont Roach won that fight. You also had Al Bernstein, and Al Bernstein, I'm telling you, is a very, very straight, fair guy who I don't know if he was on that call, but he used to work with Showtime. I don't know if he was on there. I don't recall if I heard him. I think it was Rolly Ronaldo that was calling it. But Al Bernstein, who is a very, very objective person, said, hey, look, no, sorry to break it to you, but Gervonta Davis won that fight. Yeah, Lamont Roach put up a really good fight, but Lamont Roach was not dynamic. He did not do anything to really separate himself from Gervonta Davis. He just kept it equal. He just tried to keep it even the entire fight. And that's not enough, again, to take the belt from the champion. Now, I do want to say that the people that thought Gervonta Davis, that Lamont Roach won, I don't have any problem with that. I really don't have a problem with it at all. I personally, again, had a point for Gervonta Davis, but I could see how those swing rounds really could go, depending on who's looking at it, really could go different ways, right?
The addition of Kenny Ellis brings another vital layer to Davis's preparation. A veteran coach with sharp tactical insight, Ellis focuses on technical refinement and ensuring performance consistency. His guidance emphasizes mid-fight adjustments and round-by-round strategy, equipping Davis to adapt in real time. Ellis's presence in the corner will be key, analyzing Roach's patterns on the fly, fine-tuning Davis's positioning, and steering necessary shifts in the game plan. Together, Ellis's analytical approach and Ford's deep familiarity with Davis form a powerful coaching tandem. Ford's connection with Davis goes beyond standard training. He instinctively understands Davis's tendencies, reactions, and the mental sparks that fuel his peak performance. Their partnership is built on chemistry, trust, and shared belief, creating an energy that blends accountability with confidence. With both physical preparation and psychological strength behind him, Davis enters camp ready for the challenges ahead.
Think about the fact that, that Lamont Roach was seen at a basketball game chugging a beer. And I would have added to the question that you see Lamont Roach out giving a bunch of interviews, doing the interview circuit, right? Kind of being a little bit out of character leading into the rematch. Do you think, and this is what Mill City asked, do you think that is something you guys are taking in consideration in preparation for the fight? And what Kenny Ellis said was, look, man, we're not falling for the banana in the tailpipe. We know what Lamont Roach brings to the table, and he says that Lamont Roach is, we're not believing that he's out there drinking or blowing up a bunch of weight and all of that. He says what most people say, hey, we're going to prepare for the best version of Lamont Roach that is going to, that'll come for us. But the way that he saw the fight coming out was he said he sees it like the fight before, a lot of really crisp shots landing.
On the other side, Lamont Roach is approaching the rematch with steady focus and determination. He's openly expressed respect for Davis's power and admitted that their first encounter revealed gaps in his own strategy. This time, Roach's camp is committed to comprehensive preparation, breaking down hours of Davis's fight footage, drilling responses to southpaw angles, and sharpening his high-tempo pressure style. Treating this rematch as a fresh start, Roach is determined not to lean on past successes, but to rise with a stronger, smarter game plan.
How many rematches have you fought? Zero. What do you have to do to create enough separation that this don't happen?
Ooh, that's a good question. It's going to be based on my training camp. I have to push myself a little harder. If that didn't give me a win, and I definitely have one.
You believe you fought the best Gervonta, or do you think he got some more beat?
100% for I think he might have some more beat, but I fought the best Gervonta. I don't want people to get it misconstrued or whatever, because he's a hell of an IQ, great punching power, good speed, and really good boxing ability. A lot of people underrate that. Don't think because of what I did, y'all think y'all can just go in there and think y'all can have the same fight. You know what I'm saying? Do the same thing. He still will go upside your head and crack you up. You know what I'm saying? You might end up on the floor. Everybody can't do this. And that's what people get messed up. He did a whole lot of things that was good in that fight. A whole lot. I'm telling you right now, if he wasn't as good of a fighter as he was, I would have seen him. Don't get that misconstrued. He's still the guy he is.
Industry insiders have pointed out an important detail. Davis's fall in the first fight may not have been the result of a clean knockout, but rather caused by irritants from a slippery hair product that got into his eyes. This reframes the moment, turning what appeared to be a sign of vulnerability into an unfortunate fluke. For Davis's supporters, it feels like vindication. The takeaway is clear: the issue wasn't a flaw in skill but in preparation. The solution is simple yet crucial: sharpen attention to detail, eliminate external distractions, and tighten the camp's focus. Davis's team remains confident in their original game plan, which targeted Roach's footwork and reaction timing. They admit execution faltered at key moments due to mistiming and hesitancy, but this new cycle of analysis has led to greater focus on precise offensive entries and stronger mid-round assertiveness. The goal isn't to reinvent Davis's approach, but to refine it, ensuring he consistently delivers his strengths when it matters most.
He got a good chin. Oh, he got a good chin. If you got a good chin, okay, let's go ahead, let's touch this. The chin ain't the only thing that can get you out of there. The other thing that you can do and then go back to the chin. I won't go into detail, but I look at shit different from a lot of people, man. You know what I'm saying? You got a fighter that listens. He's going to be a hell of a fighter if he listens to it, what I tell him, you know? All fighters don't listen because some missions you put them on, you got to walk through hell to get it done. And every fighter's not willing to walk through hell. You know what I mean? But the chin is not the only thing to get a fight out of it, and the body's not the only thing to get a fight out of it. It's other shit too, you know? You gotta hurt him. I believe in hurting him. You gotta hurt him to get it started, you know?
Petey, thank you for the $2. People were surprised by Roach and Tank. What do you think the biggest surprise was in the fight?
It wasn't a surprise because we know Roach. It wasn't a surprise. Roach can fight. A lot of people think because a person is not popular, then they don't exist. There's fighters out there that can rumble. They just got to get the opportunity, you know?
Jeff Mayweather publicly reacted to the draw, describing it as surprising but far from scandalous. Standing firmly behind Davis, he characterized the result as a minor stumble rather than a sign of declining talent. While Jeff acknowledged Roach's courage, he noted that the outcome introduced a degree of uncertainty into Davis's once unshakable aura of invincibility. Now, Davis faces the task of reasserting his dominance. Jeff's stance strikes a balance between loyalty and realism, reflecting both his personal confidence in Davis and an understanding of public expectations.
Jeff Mayweather here, the Mayweather Boxing Club. How are you doing, sir? You don't look okay. All right, well, we got this potential rematch. Everybody wants to see Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach. First of all, you surprised that everybody's wanting to see a rematch between these two. No one expected it to be a close fight in the first place. Who did you have winning the fight? Do you consider robbery, or do you lean Roach and are cool with the draw? Well, talking about this rematch, what do you? I mean, so the one thing Tank always had for him, everyone, he had that kind of almost like Mike Tyson-esque, right? The air of invincibility, the knockout power. People were scared of him, that kind of thing. Do you think what Roach did to him, moving up in weight, and not being a big puncher himself, but able to withstand Tank, that kind of his air of invincibility has maybe been slightly diminished? And do you think that's almost something that could play in Tank's hand, right? Maybe we had an off day, everybody had an off day, and take him.
Shakur Stevenson's commentary adds another layer to the narrative. He praised Roach's distinctive style and pointed out the technical challenges Davis will need to overcome. Coming from Stevenson, this credible recognition elevates Roach beyond the role of a potential spoiler. It positions him as a legitimate tactical threat. His analysis highlights the true stakes of the rematch. It's not just about Davis regaining dominance, but about mastering new variables and proving he can adapt to fresh challenges.
What does the rematch look like between Lamont and Gervonta?
I like Lamont in the rematch.
You were one of the few that kind of picked Lamont to begin with. Why was that?
I sparred with Lamont. I knew that he was a good fighter. He helped me get ready for the Oscar Valdez fight. And I knew his style, with Tank's style, what he was going to be able to bring to the table. I knew it. So,
did you really win 20?
I swear to God, on my daughter's life, I won that much money.
How different does a rematch look in your opinion, Shakur? What adjustments do you think we see from both?
Huh?
What adjustments do we see from both in a rematch?
I think I can't tell you game plans. I could be fighting these guys, so I'm gonna keep my secrets to myself. But truthfully, they both good fighters.
Do you think it's a lot different rematch, or do you think it'll be close again?
It's gonna be a hell of a fight.
How did you see Tank in that fight? A lot of people are saying maybe he's mentally not there. What did you think?
Nah, he was the same Tank. I don't believe that. I don't got no thought in my brain that makes me think that he wasn't the person he been all of these other fights. I think he was the same person. All this stuff that he's going through stuff. I mean, everybody go through stuff. So he's the same fighter. He's gonna be the same fighter throughout his career. So.
Mikey Garcia emphasized that Gervonta Davis has the skills and experience to make the adjustments needed for victory in the rematch. He expressed confidence in Davis's ability to find a clear path to success, but cautioned that physical preparation alone won't be enough. Garcia stressed the importance of mental focus, warning that any outside distractions could jeopardize Davis's chances. His perspective highlights that true success will demand not only sharp technique, but also a strong, focused mindset, with Davis needing to be at his absolute best in every aspect.
I'll let you go because I know you got a lot of shit to do. Lamont Roach versus Gervonta, the rematch. Looks like it's going to happen, hopefully.
I think Tank wins in the rematch.
Why?
I think he'll make the right adjustments and he won't take too long to fight. He kind of gave a lot of the round away sometimes. I think he'll be more active and he'll win. But big props to Roach for his last fight and performance. Suppressed everybody. I think he was robbed from the victory. Again, that knockdown should have been a knockdown. But whatever, he gets a rematch, and maybe they get a third fight, after that. Who knows? Maybe it turns out to be another great fucking matchup, and they say, let's run it back. And maybe that controversy from the first fight actually helps Roach fucking get 3 fights out of it instead of just the one, or you never know.
Stay tuned for the rest of today's video. You won't want to miss what's coming next.